Is that a Chick-fil-A?
Everybody says that. He's
What?
the Bearcat from Cincinnati, so that's a Cincinnati.
What's it? Where are you
On the
looking
back
at?
of your
Oh,
phone.
no.
Shelly says that. There's a little Chick-fil-A.
It looks like a chicken.
Just like C in the candy now.
Patsy's on. She's watching. Patsy's on. She's watching.
Oh, my mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you going to stop it?
It's so sweet.
How did you know that was his mom?
I didn't. I just saw Patsy Lewis signed on.
Oh, okay.
She's 88.
Hi,
Yeah,
Patsy.
nothing else to do with that.
Well, I didn't know what his wife.
Oh, that's how old my dad is.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they should get together.
When's his birthday? When's her birthday?
Next week.
Next week? Well, I mean, my dad's married.
Oh,
He's in
okay.
Florida.
Well, does he fool around? I
No! No!
Never know these days.
88.
Never know these
might run
days.
out of time.
Oh my God. Oh, all right. I guess that's our cue.
All right. Well, hey guys, and welcome to Ask Bill and Kate Thursday nights at 8. And I'm sorry. I'm Katie, and I'm here with Kate and Bill and our guest. We'll introduce him in a second.
I'm Greg Lewis, the concrete man.
He's a concrete man. But they're with the Hafer Group of Southern Classic Realtor. And let's not forget our mascot, Escrow, over here. Say hi, Escrow.
It's a crow with an S on his chest.
Okay.
Clever.
So what's
Yeah.
that all about?
Escrow, like your
Where you put
S.
money in escrow for your
Yeah.
home and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
S.
that's escrow.
So that's your mascot?
Yes.
That's their mascot.
Oh, okay. All right. Love it.
That's our mascot.
Love
I guess
it.
it's ours.
Great. Love it.
It's corny, but whatever.
No, we gotta have a mascot.
I like it. I think it's cute.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that's our mascot. Just like the Chick-fil-A sign, it's not really Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Bill.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so we do this every Thursday night to answer your real estate questions. And tonight we have a special guest, Greg Lewis from Lewis Concrete is joining us. So look up Lewis Concrete Inc.com.
LewisConcreteInc.com.
Yeah. Or you can call him at, write this down, I'll go slow, 770-280-5581. Okay, I'm not going to repeat
That's
that.
right.
The Concrete Man.
You will later.
Yeah, I'll repeat it later on. So Greg, you've been in business for over a quarter of a century. Can you tell us how you got into the concrete business?
I can. It's kind of a long story, so we'll do the abbreviated version.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I had a life-changing experience. In 1993,
Mhm.
I fell out of an airplane, 28 feet, and almost died. And
How did you do that?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I don't think
Oh.
we have time for that. That's a good 20-minute story in itself.
I think we can make time.
Seriously? Seriously? Okay. So anyway, so I didn't have a job, and I was looking for work, and I went to church at the First Baptist Church in Fayetteville,
Mm-hmm.
and the Walker family, Walker Concrete, if y'all heard of them before,
Yes.
offered me a job answering the telephones. I didn't know anything about concrete. I went to work, and I told Doug Walker that if he'd give me a job somewhere to go every day, I'd work for free. And he says, okay. So I go to work the next day, the phone rings, answer the phone. The guy wanted to order a footing, and I said, what's a footing? I didn't know what it was. So 5 years later, I was vice president of the company and running the day-to-day business. We sold out back in 2008, and I started my own.
Wow.
That's how I got in it.
That is cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a story in itself. We'll do that another day.
You can't sum up the falling out of the airplane
Can
thing?
you guys sum it up? Give it.
So I was loading cargo planes at the airport, and somebody accidentally pushed me out of the cargo door, and I fell 28 feet and landed flat on my back. I broke my wrist, my elbow, my clavicle bone, my scapula. I cracked some, busted my sockets in my eyes. I hit the concrete so hard, it's kind of ironic, I hit the concrete so hard that my brain pushed forward and cracked these bones in my face. My skull was cracked, brain fluid was leaking out. That was on a Tuesday. They called the family in, wasn't going to make it through the night. On Sunday, I got up and walked home and got in the car, and that was it.
I just got chill bumps. Like in my face.
Yes.
You can't even like tell that like anything happened
I
to
think
you.
the adjustments did me a little favor. I look a little better than I did before. You know?
I mean, was that a bad thing to say?
No, not to me.
I mean, you don't look like you've been that you fell out of the plane.
But I feel it, when I wake up early in the morning. But no, I've got such a different perspective on life after that day. It was
Wow.
truly a life-changing experience.
Wait, now, so were you in a coma?
No, I went in on Tuesday. I thought I'd been there for like 15 minutes. And when I woke up, the look on my family's face when I woke up, I don't know what I said, but they looked at me and said, "You've been here for 3 days." I thought I'd been there for about 3 hours.
Wow.
So I was just on morphine and sedated and stuff like that.
Okay, or did you have any crazy experiences in those 3 days?
I wish I had. I didn't see the bright light,
You didn't
I
see
didn't
bright
go
light?
toward the tunnel. I wanted that, but I didn't have any of that. No.
Whew.
Wow.
So anyway,
Really?
it's a whole story. We'll do that another day.
Well, thank you for
The
I don't know how
Yeah.
somebody can accidentally push you out of a plane. I would call that attempted murder.
That's what I thought too. I don't know who
Was
the
it
guy
a girl that had a crush on you and you turned her down or something?
No, that was a different time, but not this time.
Oh, gosh.
But those are God bumps you felt just a minute ago, so just so you know.
Those are what?
Those are God bumps.
God
When
bumps,
you
yeah.
felt that on your face.
Oh, is that what it really?
Yeah. Yes, and I feel that when I tell that story all the time.
Oh,
wow.
Really?
Yes. God bumps.
God
I like
bumps.
that.
When you feel it in your face?
When you get those goosebumps and you're talking about God and you have experiences like those are God bumps. That's God reminding you that I'm still here.
Oh,
That's interesting. I like that.
that's so
Yeah.
weird that you just said that, and then we're gonna get back on task, I promise. But I went to the Goodwill, and I was just trying to show you, and I took him out of my car, and I shouldn't have. I bought these books, and it was like near-death experiences, and there was I'll have to just let you borrow it. You can read it, like seriously, there is I opened up the book and I started reading it just a little bit, and it was like, I live every single day. Like, there's just like,
Yes.
I can't even, that's just crazy that you just said that, because I just bought a bunch of books at the Goodwill, and they're all like life after death, near death experiences, and
I love that stuff too.
yeah.
I do.
So that's pretty cool. All right, awesome. So do you do residential and commercial?
I do. I've done it all. I've done 50,000 square foot slabs for local contractors. I've done 2-yard patios. And just as I've navigated my business over the years, I've kind of navigated toward residential more. I do about 90% residential and about 10% commercial.
Okay, so you do like concrete, like driveways, like extensions.
Yeah.
Patios, walls. Can you do walls too?
Yeah, I
Okay,
do
so-
anything masonry. We do driveways, patios, sidewalks, stamped concrete, overlay concrete, stacked stone walls, cinder block walls, stucco walls, brick, retaining walls. I've even done one swimming pool. So anything.
You're only one though, right?
Yeah,
You
my
think you're
house.
like, I'm gonna
In
do
my
that.
house.
Oh, okay.
Do you do foundation work as well?
I do foundation work, slabs. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Wow. You're the jack of all trades.
Well, you just got to have one guy to call the concrete man to
This
do
is
whatever
true.
you need, right?
This is
Sure.
true.
I like
Do
that.
you have a shirt that says the concrete man?
So
One.
I'm into. So I've got this advertising campaign going on, and over the years, I just got in the habit of answering the phone. That's Greg Lewis, Concrete Man. So I've just carried that on, and so I have a caricature
Mm-hmm.
of the Concrete Man, and it's on the commercial if you've seen it. And so
We're going to show it a little bit later.
Okay.
okay, and then
Cool.
and I've got a 1952 Chevrolet pickup truck that I'm kind of putting back together, and I'm gonna start driving that around town
Oh, that's
as an
great.
advertising part of that.
I
It's gonna
love
be- it'll be
that.
a Concrete Man on that.
I love that.
That's fantastic.
Love
Oh my
that.
goodness. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and get through some of these questions that we've had throughout the week. We didn't ask how you guys were though this week.
It's not about us this week. It's about Greg.
Okay.
We're
Did y'all,
fine.
did y'all have a good week?
We're good. Yes, we're
All right.
we're
Well,
all good.
I just care. My bad. Anyways. All right. So Terry from Sharpsburg says, I love the start of your video on your website. You say, just say no to crack. What exactly do you do to cracks in concrete to fix the cracks in someone's concrete? What exactly do you do to the cracks in the concrete?
Yeah.
Okay, anyways. That's
So it kind of depends on the crack and how deep, how wide, if there's any movement in the elevation of what's going on there. Sometimes you just have to cut it out and replace it with concrete. Sometimes we can go in and decorate over it or around it and hide it. Sometimes we can just camouflage it into the concrete. Sometimes you can fill it with some sealant and kind of address it that way. So it just kind of depends on the situation. It's all different.
You ever saying if you step on a crack, you fall and break your back?
Well, I've heard that a lot.
You break your mother's back.
Yeah,
Is
you
what
break
I've
your
always
mother's back.
heard.
Well, I didn't want. I mean, so Allie and I do this now. She just started playing the crack game. Well, you know what I mean. Like, don't step on the crack, mommy. Don't step on the crack.
Yeah.
And I just say fall and break your back. I'm not trying to set myself up for breaking my back. So I used to say it as a kid, but I'm not gonna impose that one on her. All right, cool. So Charles from Sonoya says, what kind of projects get reinforced with rebar?
Again, it kind of depends on the job. You know, we live in an area where we have that good old Georgia red clay,
Oh yeah.
and it's hard as a rock most of the time. Concrete's only as good as the foundation you put it on. But typically, you know, when you're putting rebar steel in a project, it's either spec that way from plans or something, depending on the project, the building, or whatever you're doing. Bridges, things like that. Typically, if I'm at someone's house and I'm doing a driveway or something and they have a big RV bus or they have a business, they have big equipment at home, I always recommend to put some steel in it to give it extra strength. I use rebar every day when I tear out driveways. We actually dial in rebar pins into the existing garage slab so that when we pour the driveway back, it's all one piece.
That's
So
cool.
it's I use it every day, but every job doesn't get it.
Okay. All right, cool. Kyle from Peachtree City wants to know, I've always wondered how do you know exactly how many joint lines to put in when you're doing a concrete job?
Well, you know, the code says that you should put them in about no more than 16 feet apart, no wider than that. Concrete has a tendency to crack, in my opinion, about every 10 to 12 feet, not 16. Sometimes we do parking lots of bigger jobs, we'll put them 16 feet apart, but typically I'm 10 to 12 feet apart. And so the joints that he's talking about they're not there for decoration, although they are. It's there to try to hide the cracks that are going to happen. All concrete's going to crack. And so what we found by putting in control joints about every 10 to 12 feet apart in both directions, in certain areas like 90-degree areas and things like that where it typically tries to crack, we score it there. And what we're trying to do is get the crack at that tension point to take the path of least resistance and crack in that side of that joint where you can't see it.
You're a
So,
genius.
yeah, so when you look at somebody's driveway and there's no cracks in it, there are. You just have to walk up and look in those joints, you'll see them in all those joints.
Interesting.
So it's almost like engineering.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool. Okay, I don't know what a joint line is, but
Well, it's all those in the driveway out there.
oh,
The
The
separation.
little creases.
Those lines.
I have cracks in between my joint lines.
Yeah, it can happen, but it's probably not proper joint placement. It's probably part of the problem.
Probably.
But you know, you can do everything perfect and you can still get an unwanted crack in 24 hours or 24 years. It can happen. But typically, when I found if I do it in the right places where it typically tries to crack, if we put them in 10 to 12 feet in both directions, you just don't hear it very often. It just doesn't happen.
That's awesome.
But it can. It could. It could happen in 24 hours. Most of the movement in concrete happens in the first 24 hours. It's trying to get settled in and move and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Michelle from Brooks says, my mama wants to pour some concrete herself to make a walkway up to her house. I keep telling her she needs to hire a professional to do this job. Can you tell us some of the problems that can happen when someone takes on a concrete project themselves and they're not a professional? Because that's what I want to do too. So
Well,
please tell us.
You know, good concrete finishers make that look really easy, and there's nothing easy about it. It is back-breaking work. So what a lot of people don't know is that, you know, to go pour a yard of concrete, you have to buy about 80 bags of concrete at Home Depot or somewhere and mix that up. So it is extremely difficult work. The second thing is if you don't do it right, you don't get the proper foundation, you don't do everything at a certain time, then you could end up with scaling or peeling or chipping or cracking or shrinkage cracks. It could be a host of things. The thing about concrete is it kind of has a mind of its own a little bit. We try to do everything we can to get the best job, but the finished product has to do with the humidity in the air, the lack of the moisture in the ground, the lack of the moisture in the ground, the barometric pressure, the wind, how much it flows that day, and how light the wind is, the heat, the cold, all those things in the environment go into your finished product, and we can't control those. So for somebody to go out and try to do that, and we've seen plenty of them, they usually end up calling somebody like me to go back and fix it, because you don't want to come home and look at that every day. I tell them no, call somebody else.
I bet. Well, and those bags are heavy too.
Yeah.
They're heavy. I mean, that's backbreaking just picking up that concrete.
Yes, it is. It's really hard work.
Yeah. Oof.
Wow.
Goodness. Okay. All right. So Kate has a joke for us.
I got it in my back pocket.
She hides it so nobody else can see it. It's G14 classified.
Well, I ran out of note cards, so I had to use this. Okay, so you probably know what this is. Where is concrete buried?
Wait, no, stop. Hang on. Where's concrete?
Anybody online? Where is concrete buried?
In the ground?
Underground?
Hunter? Nobody?
Graveyard.
In the cemetery. All right.
I'm not going to use that one, but I was pretty good.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. Okay.
I can never get those. They're so easy, and I'll never get them.
Me
You're thinking
either.
too hard about it, right? You're trying to something more crafty than that.
They're just all corny, so corny they don't make any sense, but that they do once you do it. So I'm going to switch the camera over to the
All
TV.
right, so we got some goody stuff happening.
Okay. And we're going to play your commercial here real quick.
Yep.
Is this all right over here?
Oh, yeah. He's got the screen up.
I'm Greg Lewis, the Concrete Man, and I'm here to help. But you don't have to take my word for it.
Who's going to show up on time, every time? Who's going to give you 50 referrals of work excellence?
And who's going to do the best job every step of the way?
At Lewis Concrete, we'll kick your cracks to the curb. Call now for your free inspection and estimate.
Call the man with the concrete plan. Lewis Concrete, the concrete man.
And you're gonna have that song in your head like all night long.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I am.
That's awesome. That's
The
awesome.
All
one
right.
thing that we all want out of our lives.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Freedom.
Hold on.
Freedom with our time, freedom with our money,
So you did
freedom
that?
to work when we want, where we want, and with who we want. And you might not know it, but there is a simple
There we go.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah,
But,
y'all look the other way on that.
Okay.
all right.
So now we got some picks, Greg. These are the ones that you sent me, and then we got a few others that we sent you.
Yeah.
So we'll walk through these first, and then we'll switch it up.
Yeah, so this is just a fireplace. We do a lot of fireplaces, and they all come in different shapes and sizes depending on what the customer's needs are and what their wants are. A lot of it has to do with their landscape, the palette in their backyard or their outdoor space that they want. This particular one is that opening's about 3 foot wide, 3 foot tall, and of course with the wood boxes on each side. That's real flagstone. That's a 16-inch hearth down there that's capped off with crab orchard flagstone, which is some of the best flagstone around. And this particular customer wanted that opening bigger because when they cleaned the yard up, they wanted to be able to put the sticks and debris and all that and burn those in. So we made that a little bit bigger on that one.
Okay, let's do the
That's
next
a
one.
nice fireplace.
I love it. It's one of my favorites. So this right here, so my wife is like a modern day flower child, right? She comes out one day, and that used to be a koi pond that just kind of went bad, and she says, what can we do there? Can you do glow in the dark concrete? And I said, well, I've never done that before, but let's try. So that's my first and only try with glow in the dark concrete. And now that we've done it, I can even do it better than that. So it's really awesome. During the day, just like a concrete pad, and we put these synthetic absorbent rocks in there, and we float them on the top, and they absorb the sun during the day, and at night that's the way it looks. So we did this.
Wow.
And then I took made some concrete stepping stones that comes off of that patio. So at night you see those, and you can see the stones glowing in the dark to take the
I
rock
need
out.
some of those.
That is
You know?
great.
So don't I? It's a strawberry's cage.
My wife keeps telling me I should promote this. Nobody's doing it. I've never seen anybody do this around here, and that was my practice. That
That's
was my
amazing.
You
First.
should.
You should patent that.
Absolutely.
You would.
I don't know if I can patent that, but that's pretty.
Why
awesome.
not?
He should patent that.
Wow.
You should.
I thought that was a good one to show. So this right here, this is what we were talking about earlier. This is overlay. That looks, you can't tell. That's overlay. That's tattooed concrete.
It looks like brick.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. It's virtually indestructible.
That's gorgeous.
We do that on our hands and knees. You know, the thing about concrete is it's a what I call a perishable product. And what I mean by that, I only got about 3 or 4 hours from the time the concrete gets on the truck to get it to the job site, through the traffic, get it off the truck, in the backyard, put it on the ground, stamp it, clean it up, don't make a mess. And after that time's over, it's done. It's too late. With overlay concrete, if it takes me 3 days to do that, it doesn't matter. I can control the mess. I can guarantee the color because you get to pick the color on site, and it's virtually indestructible.
That's exactly what I want.
That's my new favorite thing that we do right there. I've never had a customer ever, never not just their mind just blown over that overlay.
That's gorgeous.
And the good thing about it is, so in the sealer on that lasts from 5 to 7 years.
So the white, is that kind of like grout?
That's the concrete underneath the tattoo.
Wow. So would you recommend if that's outside to have like darker or
That's the beauty of it. You can have it whatever you want.
and how do you clean it?
You just like any other concrete, just pressure wash it on. It's
Oh.
really easy to clean. It just glides right off.
That's gorgeous.
Wow.
That's by far my new favorite thing.
That's very cool.
It's not perfect, but I'm telling you, it's as close to perfect as you can get.
Is that the design you said you liked or no?
No, Astor Slate's one I like. I think there's another picture later, but that's awesome too. So this is just epoxy garage floor, and this garage is 30-something years old. There was a crack in it about, I don't know, 6 or 8 feet long. It was gapped about a ½ inch, and we have this filament, this filler stuff that we open up the crack and we put that in. And it's kind of like a sponge. Once we start working on it, it expands and fills that crack up. And then we finish it off on the top, and then we go from there. And that's done 3.5, 4 years ago, and the crack still has not showed up.
Wow.
That's another one of my favorites. It just dresses up a garage or a basement or anything like that. So nice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a retaining wall, and this used to be a landscape timber wall. And it was about 30 years old. It was bowing out and kind of, getting rotten. So we tore it out. We came back in and put a cinder block wall, and then we wrapped it in fieldstone and that crab orchard cap.
Okay, I think that's the last one there.
That's so pretty.
That's my favorite look by far. I just love that. Everybody
I
loves
do
that look for resale on your house and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Just everybody just loves it. It's not one of those odd things that you're going to limit your buyers by having something they're not going to like,
Okay, these are some of the other ones that we pulled off your website.
Yeah, and these are all just kind of general things that we do. There's not a whole lot to talk about it. This is just a sidewalk we did, and we put, real brick. They happen to have brick that they're left over from the house.
Mm-hmm.
They had a cube back there, and we were able to repurpose that and put it on their sidewalk. And we do a lot of that, but again, I wish I had a picture for you. We had a guy that we put in a sidewalk, and again, we did an overlay brick border. And I'm telling you, you cannot tell the difference between real brick and that tattoo brick. But this is just another thing that we do. We go in, we replace a sidewalk or whatever, or driveway, and they want a brick edge. And then we pour a brick ledge or a footing beside the driveway or sidewalk, and then we come back later and lay the brick in there.
Wow.
Very cool.
Same thing, just fireplace. This one, you know, a lot of people kind of, you know, they're in this outdoor space more than ever before. They're trying to bring the outside in, you know, trying to use those neutral colors with neutral colors on your house, and in this case with the natural landscape in the background with the colors of that stone and all. It just sits in there really nice. It looks like you're out in the woods somewhere. There's a nice, looks like about a 20 or 24 inch sitting wall coming off of that. You got about a 16 inch hearth in front. And then what they did is they actually put flagstone on the patio itself, and that natural flagstone out of Tennessee in the colors that come natural out of Mother Nature, and then you pair it up with this fieldstone that comes out of Mother Nature too. It's just a beautiful combination of stonework to bring all that together for your fireplace out there. And when you set that up and you can look out your kitchen window or your back window and you see that fire roaring, it's hard to replace that.
Yeah. The same one.
Same thing, yeah. So this is what you were talking about. So this is overlay on the swimming pool. Now we do cool deck on swimming pools. We do overlays on swimming pools, and we can do an overlay that looks like anything. It sounds like I'm pushing overlay, but I'm really not. It just happens to be a hot thing right now. But that's actually overlay. That's tattooed concrete. So they wanted a flagstone pattern. They pick the color. When we come out, they say we want an earth tone tan color. We come out and we mix it up and we put it down, and they say, a little darker. We mix it up, and so we can almost match any color anywhere on anything. And then once we get the color, we get on our hands and knees, and we physically tape those patterns off, and then we get on our hands and knees and we color each one of those little individual stones by hand to make that color look like that. And then when you pull up that tape, that becomes your grout lines.
That is so cool. But like, so if you have cool deck like we do, you can't do it over cool deck, or can you?
I wouldn't do that. I'd take that off. But to me, if I'm doing a pool, I'm putting cool deck. It's just the right thing to do. Cool deck is still going to be hot on your feet, but it reduces the temperature of what it would be by 20 degrees. So if it's 100 degrees, it's going to be 80. If it's 80, it's going to be 60. So, and then plus you can pick any color. You can be tan or taupe or whatever. So it's a great way to color your pool deck, but it's also functional because it cools it down for you too. And again, it's virtually indestructible. You've got to mess it up. If something does, chip or something like that, we can come out and do it again. It looks like brand new. It's so easy process to keep it looking good forever.
So hairline fractures are really easy to fix in cool deck.
Hairline. So what happens is, when concrete cracks, it really never goes away unless you cut it out. But most of the time, a crack has kind of done all it's going to do. When it's going through its settling process, sometimes it's a crack, and once it does that, it settles in, and most of the time it's done. So it depends again on the thickness of it, the depth of it, whatever it is. But if it's a hairline crack, a spider crack, you can go over that, and I never say it'll never come back, but it's rare for a hairline crack for you to see it again. You could, but even if you did, it's camouflaged in and nobody notices it.
Okay, yeah.
So this is a front patio, front porch, and this is real flagstone. It's 1.5 inch, 2 inch flagstone with buff mortar, and that's just natural flagstone out of Tennessee. And we came in and left the original front porch or front patio, and then we added to it, like you guys were talking about. We put about, 4 feet off to the right, and a little bit more in the back, and then we came and we dialed in rebar pins to marry it up, and then we came back and put the flagstone on top of it.
That's great.
So this is an acid stain. So this lady was over in River's Edge, and she bought a house, and this was her back screen and porch, and I went and looked back there, and somebody had poured concrete in there and just left. It was just a pile of concrete just laying in there, and I thought, oh my God, who does that, right? So we went in and kind of cleaned it up a little bit. We put a 2.5 inch cap on top of it to get a nice smooth surface, and then we came back and acid stained on top of it, and I just love the imperfections of all that. It's just a great marbleized look to it. So basically you put down a base coat and then you come in with another coat, and that's what kind of like faux painting
You see that a lot, like new restaurants and stuff.
And
It's like industrial looking.
I love that for basements, people looking to put carpet or tile or something in the basement. I love that because you don't ever have to change it. And again, you know, once you seal it, and the sealer has to do with time, with sun, direct sun on it, or heavy traffic areas. And the good thing about this, you come back and clean it up and reseal it. It looks like brand new. So this was a house, a new house out in Arbor Springs or somewhere like that. And so when they finished the house, they had this side door going in the basement. They had some other stuff in the back, and they just never completed the job, I guess.
Right.
And so same kind of thing on the other one. We came out and poured the patio, poured some footings, and took some of that leftover brick from the house and just mortared it with brick.
Cool.
Very nice.
Same thing, same exact thing. So this driveway right here, I just love.
I do too.
There's something sexy about this driveway. You know, I don't know what it is. So this was Lake Redwine, I think, and it was a replacement. She had a driveway, you know, kind of like this. It was old and cracked and had a lot of movement in it, and we just kind of got creative. You know, I wanted to put the nice joints down the middle. You see where we got them like 10 or 12 feet apart in both directions. We're kind of trying to create perfect squares, really, if you can see it there as much as we can. That way, each square is kind of moving independently of the other one, and so by doing it that way, it's not fighting the other side to crack and things like that. But anyway, I just love the lines on this and the finish. It just complemented the entry, the house, the lake in the background, and all. It's one of my favorites. I just thought it was fantastic. Same thing. It's just part of that other one you just showed. So I did this one over at Smoke Rise, I think. So their stairs came off the house. The steps came off the house. So we went in and demoed the steps out, and flagstone the porch, flagstone the steps, put the stacked stone on the rises there to kind of match what he had on the house. You can see on the right side, in the upper right side, the stone didn't quite match. It's more synthetic stone that he had on the house, but it was as close as we could get to match and kind of complement that.
Very cool. And we're back to the original one.
Yep.
Wow. How about that?
So, with that,
That's pretty cool.
The man with the concrete plan, Lewis Concrete, the concrete man.
That's funny.
It's awesome.
Why do you have to give me weird?
Weird what?
Fun fact.
Weird fun fact?
The Latin. I can't speak Latin.
I'm not asking you to speak Latin.
It comes
Am
from
I?
yeah. You
Oh.
are.
Well-
Starting to ask for a little bit more.
go for it. You can do it.
So the word concrete comes from the Latin word concretus.
There you go.
That wasn't so hard.
bad.
Nailed
I
it.
didn't know that.
Which roughly, get it roughly, sorry, translated means appropriately to grow together. Aww. And the Romans actually perfected concrete. Maybe you've got Roman in you.
I did know about that. Parthenon and all that. That's pretty awesome.
You might have Roman in you.
I think I might.
I think you do.
I feel that sometimes.
I think, they speak to you from heaven.
Randy Lewis has a question.
Oh,
What
yeah.
can be done about old concrete that gets slippery when wet?
Okay, so you can come. Yeah, that's a good question, Randy.
You know, he has the same last name as you.
Yeah, I think that's amazing that he's contacted me from Savannah asking me a question like that. So you can come in and put a sealer on it, and you just got to rough it up a little bit. And we actually have some synthetic material, or we have some repurposed glass, and that you can mix that up in your sealer. And then when you go reseal your concrete or seal it for the first time, that glass or that synthetic texture give you a little grit on it, so it won't be slippery.
Cool.
Can you do sea glass mixing with concrete?
You can a little bit, yeah. It does come in colors, and you can.
That would be so pretty.
The big thing is you just don't want it so exposed that it hurts your feet when you walk on it. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a fine line between that.
Just wear
But yeah,
shoes.
but you could. It does come in
Just wear
colors.
shoes.
All right. So anyways, the Romans perfected the concrete. Most famously, the Pantheon in Rome, built in around 120 AD, is still the largest unsupported concrete structure in the world. I don't know what that is, but you have a picture of it though?
No.
You do know what it is if you saw it. It's like a little gladiator stadium or something like that, and it's half of it's gone.
Oh
You know, so,
yeah, where they did like and that where like Trojan dude fought for his lady.
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go with that.
Brad Pitt, Troy,
Oh, Troy,
and
yeah.
I was gonna make that the destination of the week for our newsletter, but I instead made North Carolina University. There's a big concrete
you failed us. You failed Lewis.
bell.
Just kidding. That you should have done that.
I should have, and I didn't.
But no, isn't that where like Troy? Isn't that like was like the Romans? The
I was
Romans.
absent that day.
Troy
I don't
Roman.
know.
There you go, Katie.
Is Troy Roman? Oh no, that's not what. That's not Rome.
Mom, just that's
Well, you're gonna show the audience, Bill.
What is that?
it's like it's the same type of structure.
Is that a concrete building?
See, concrete's forever. I'm just telling you. Asphalt and all that stuff, you gotta go fix it all the time. Concrete's forever.
What was that joke we saw the other day? That if you don't use concrete, it's your own asphalt.
Ooh, I like that. I might put that on a t-shirt.
I can make
I
you
don't
a
know.
T-shirt.
You can? You a t-shirt person?
I mean, I have a thing to make T-shirts
You
and
have a
heat
screen
press.
print? Can you make these?
Yeah.
Okay, I need these.
I
all the
didn't know
time.
that.
Yeah.
And you can buy these in bulk and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You
How
have a
come I'm
source?
just now finding out about this?
I don't know.
She just started right now.
I've made all kinds of stuff.
It's a new business venture.
I did not know that.
So yeah, no, I buy these, a couple times a year for me and my guys. We get the safety green and safety orange, and then we get, colors too, short sleeve, long sleeve.
I want you to have the shirt with the asphalt on there.
I like that, really.
That's
Might
cute.
really do
that. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Mhm.
Can I use that?
I found it
Yeah,
online.
Okay,
I mean,
I'll use that.
I found
it.
it. You almost got a coffee mug that way, but we got you a different one.
All right. Well, y'all got a coffee mug for me?
Yeah.
I do.
I got one for y'all.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
That's great. Well, we'll trade. We're gonna have like a little gift trade.
What's my gift?
You get a gift every week. That
Well, you can get that t-shirt.
Okay. I'll wear
You
it.
want a t-shirt?
Yeah,
I
Ken
want a
does.
t-shirt.
Absolutely.
How about a hoodie?
I'll wear it. I'll advertise for you.
For
I've
sure.
I've got them in my garage like 14 feet deep. I have to move some of these t-shirts.
Awesome.
Okay. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna hook you guys up.
I like it.
Okay, nice. All right, cool. So that's it for tonight, and sorry. So that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for joining. And if you're watching, like the Facebook page and go and subscribe to Kate's newsletter and go to. Do you have like a Facebook page or anything?
LewisConcrete.com is the best way to go, but I do have Facebook too. You can get me there.
Do you have a Facebook page with like pictures and stuff too, though?
I do. Yeah, I just
Sometimes
posted some.
people just go
I
to.
should have showed y'all when I got back the other day. Oh my God. It looks like hardwood floors on the guy's patio. Fantastic. We just did it at Sun City last week. And they're on Facebook. I just
Wait a
put 'em on
second, you made concrete look like cardboard floors?
Yeah.
No way.
So we're gonna have this on. It's gonna stay on our Hafer Group page. So if you wanted to
Oh,
grab
that's
that
it,
and then
that's
put it
it.
in the comments, the picture,
Okay, great.
that'd be awesome because it
Great.
always stays on our.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
I'll definitely do
But
that.
if you wanted to share this on your Facebook page, you could do that too. so.
Awesome. Thank you. It's awesome.
Yeah.
This is a great thing you guys are doing. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it.
Nice, relaxed setting, and really awesome.
I mean, it's super casual as a phone, you know.
They don't know that.
Well, that's how you typically do Facebook Live. So yeah.
Well, not everybody needs that, Bill.
Who cares?
I'm just kidding. Nobody, I don't think anybody cares, but yeah, it's a phone, it's super casual. It's
I didn't even know
it's-
you could do that, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Do it all
Bill's-
the time.
He's like a genius.
Well, I wouldn't
He's
get
like
that
an
far.
iPhone genius. Yeah. All right, cool. So the live webcam was supposed to be in Rome, not in Rome, but it was in North Carolina instead, so that's fine. Check it out, though. What was the song of the week?
He looks like an angry bird. It's by Concrete Blonde. Concrete Blonde. And, and the song was called God is a Bullet.
That is so weird.
See, it's a God thing right here.
That is crazy. I think that's crazy.
Wow.
That's super crazy. I don't believe in coincidences. I think that's cool. All right. Well, thank you, Greg. And Greg and God both start with G.
They see, it just
It's
gets
a
me
God
crazy,
name.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
It's my pleasure. Thanks
So
for having me.
Stupid. Okay, yeah. No, so yeah, seriously, thank you for coming out tonight. So call Greg the Concrete Man, or go to lewisconcreteinc.com or call 770-280-5581. I went slow the first time, so and call.
And remember,
Like for what? Oh, and call 678-628-KATE at 2 a.m. I didn't get a 2 a.m. email from you last week.
are you disappointed?
I mean, I was kind of looking. I mean, I appreciated it. You thought of me at 2 a.m. You know?
Oh, I don't know when I sent it, but I did send it to you. I sent it to you and Greg at the same time with questions.
No, this was. Never mind. Forget it. Never mind. All right, cool. So we will be back again next Thursday night for more questions. Thursday night at 8. I guess we'll be. Stay tuned. I'm not sure where we'll be. Probably not here.
Maybe the Kroger parking lot. We'll figure it out. We'll see.
Maybe we should do something different.
Huh?
Maybe we should get to the lake.
But well, Bill wrecked the golf cart, so we're getting
Good job, Bill.
No, if we take our golf cart out, we definitely.
Oh, on a concrete block too.
You get it now? You just now got that?
What? Got what?
Concrete blonde?
Concrete
What
block.
When I
What?
broke, she's talking.
Oh,
He wrecked it on a concrete block.
yeah,
I've done that too.
she did.
You
To
did?
my golf cart years
With
ago.
her son on the golf cart.
I didn't reckon like that. It's a golf cart. It's just going 10 miles
I
an
was
hour.
9 and she let me
Oh.
drive.
Oh, yeah.
You were 11.
Bailey's 9 and I won't even let her drive.
I hope she don't get her driving skills from you.
Why do you think I have so much anxiety about her driving?
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so anyways, full circle. Everything comes full circle, right?
Mhm.
All right, cool. So we'll see you again next Thursday night. And then in the meantime, if you have anything real estate wise or concrete wise, call Greg at 770-280-5581 or 678-628-KATE.
All right.
They got you covered.
We'll make some funny faces. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you so much.